Okay, Chapter 8. We have some pretty tight strategies that I really enjoy. I feel like we spent a lot of time on these strats, and when it works, it's beautiful. I have had a sub 43-minute Chapter 8 with these strategies. So we're going to continue. First thing we got to do is walk to Runefaust. Through the gate to the castle, and then we got to pick up Hanzo. First thing, investigate, search the bush right in above you. There's a note. There's Hanzo. We have him. Clutch character for Dark Dragon. All right, we'll come around. We have to cure Pele to uncurse him from the evil ring so we could repair the evil ring. But I also do this every time anyways, because Pele's not going to be the owner of the evil ring after 8-3, so we need to be able to pass it. So you have to cure him anyways. So we've cured him. We're going to come into headquarters, and we're going to put Aleph in for low. And we're going to put Hanzo in for Jogurt. I really like your passing of the swords in battle, so I'm going to try to do that. We got to come here and repair the evil ring. And the evil ring is on Pele. So evil ring is repaired. Now we need to pass the mobility ring to Musashi. So the mobility ring is currently on Balbaroi. All the other rings can stay on Balbs. But we need Musashi to be able to move 2 more spots in this next battle in order to be the perfect blocker. I think this is the biggest group party that we've had all game. So move Tau right in front of this Chimera. The Chimeras, what am I saying? The AI pattern is to just move up. So it's not going to attack Tau. She's fine. We definitely wanted to see that Chimera take its turn before Henri. So thankful that it did. Oh, shoot. No, we're okay. So we're going to put Henri right here and freeze 3 this Chimera. Thankfully, she has 40 NP too. We're going to move Domingo right here. Oh, we're not okay. I'm an idiot. Balb's right here to use the Chaos Breaker. See, I put Tau in the spot that I normally put Max in. So I'm a little nervous. And I put Hanzo in the space that I should have put Max in. So we're going to put Max right here. Tau comes to the left, and we'll take out this Chimera. Alright, once again, the hope is that all the Chimeras outturn Henri. So it looks like we're good. At least with the aggro. That's why we needed Moose there, to block that Chimera. We'll just send Hanzo to the left. It's totally fine and appropriate. One more Chimera, please. There it is. Beautiful. So now Henri will come here, and we will cast a Freeze 3 on that group. Nope. I want Domingo, I guess, going here. Is he too far away? He might be too far away. We give the mobility ring to Henri. We use the Chaos Breaker on this group on the left, on the right. We're going to put Aleph right below this Chimera on the left, and we're going to freeze to it. 12 damage. Now, this is a YOLO Evil Ring. Hopefully, it doesn't smoke. We hit all 4 of the Chimeras. We'll kill all the 3 on the right. And hopefully weaken this one enough that Tau can kill it with a Blaze 4. It didn't smoke, so we're good. Did you see Pele gain 6 speed there? We're just going to put Max right here. Oh, I'm silly. We need to kill this Chimera. Easy peasy. Alright, let me count out. I think... Does Balbaroy reach this group on the left? Or Domingo, rather? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He doesn't. So we're just gonna... We're gonna send Henri up to weaken this blue dragon. All centaurs and characters with animal features. That's a fun one. Move Moose to the right. We'll move Pele to the right, prepping for the next Evil Ring usage. We can send Aleph right. Doesn't really matter. We send Balbs here, and he's going to prep this group, this dragon and horseman. Now, my goal is to defense 4, speed 5, I think. That's beautiful. Which reminds me, I need to equip the speed ring on Balbaroy. So make sure you equip the speed ring on Balbaroy. Next turn, we're doing that. My goal is to get Hanzo to level 11. He should be able to kill the horseman all by himself. He's a big boy. A lot of times he has a range for his attack value. So if you got a Hanzo with a low attack value, you are hoping to gain that little attack before the last boss. Like sometimes I've gotten as much as 4 attack on his level 11 level up. Freeze 3 this group. Keep in mind we're trying to get Henri to level 12, so she has Freeze 4, because Freeze 4 comes in so handy for the Ramladut fight. Finish off with Domingo. Equip the speed ring, come behind the priest, and use the Chaos Breaker on this group of 4. Lots of experience for Balbs there. It's just really nice. And use the Evil Ring to finish off that group. if it didn't smoke. If it did smoke, you would wait a turn, let Valbs do another freeze, and then you'd have to like basically pick all the enemies off one by one. Interesting. 1 HP left. Never seen that before. Alright, so here we're gonna prep this blue dragon for Henri's kill. At 8, to be safe, I'm going to blaze to it to make sure that I kill it. The Chaos Breaker is unbreakable, which is awesome. You can continually use it, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of smoke or anything. I'm going to give that skeleton kill to Balbaroi for the little extra experience. I am totally happy with that, because that's so much experience for him. Let's just move Domingo closer, pause. We will finish off this blue dragon with Tau. And we'll finish off the last bow rider with Hanzo. Alright, so this battle is extremely tight, and a lot of it comes to luck, unfortunately. So no attack, but still a really good level. We equip valves with the... Okay, two things. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and make a save right here. Tau is out turning Ramladu. Ramladu, on his turn, has a chance to aura. I would really like it if he didn't aura. So I'm going to save here to make sure that he doesn't. Because I got a +2 on the Turbo Pepper, I can, on round 1, blaze for Ramladu. Hanzo takes his turn. I'm going to pass the Doomblade to Musashi. Henri, with the Mobility Ring equipped, can also reach Ramladu on first turn and cast Freeze 4. That's a whole lot of damage we just did. Balbs with the Speed Ring, outturned. You can boost here. I'm not going to. Because I'm going to save on Max's turn to make sure that Ramladu doesn't aura again. I pass the katana to Hanzo. Sucks to get lasered. We need Domingo to take his turn for him to survive. So, Domingo, please go soon. Thank you. Very scary. Incredibly scary battle. We move Pele up. We save on Max's turn. This is to prevent Ramladu from auraing. Auraing? Yes, auraing. Move Max to the right and up the stairs. He aured, so we reset. Because I didn't boost. You could have boosted Balbaroi, and that probably would have countered this aura. Ramladu regens so much health in between rounds. So please don't aura. Oh, wow. Please don't aura or kill. Thank you. And that's Romladu. Now, I think Henri got a crit there. Normally, he'd be left with like less than 10 HP, I think. Which can be cleaned up with Balbaroy using the Chaos Breaker. Okay, so cool thing is we don't have to repair anything. But what we are going to do is set up with the final team. The final countdown. And the final team includes Torisu, and that's the only difference. So we're going to put Torisu in for Aleph now. We're going to move all of the Shower of Cures down to Torisu. Who has the other one? Ernest? There it is. Henri's got it, of course. Torisu. Okay. Rings. We need Balbs to have the mobility ring and the power ring. And he might as well have the speed ring as well. That's it. Musashi has the Doomblade now. I believe Balbs' attack, he didn't gain any attack, unfortunately. So I think we have used the Chaos Breaker to make the temple rise up out of the ashes, the ocean. So I think we have a Balbs with only 76 attack, which is kind of a bummer. Because that means that we have a high chance of having to reset a lot on the damage rolls, similar to Chaos. But we've got some fun strats here that we recently came up with to basically send Balbaroy up to Chaos or Colossus much quicker. It is very heavily dependent on turn orders. And so on Max's second and third turns, we recommend doing a save state. We're just going to keep Hanzo here. Don't forget to equip your weapons. It is possible... Oh my gosh, Tau got outturned by all those chimeras. It is possible to have Domingos... Okay, we're going to pause here for a second. There's a couple different ways of doing the last 3 battles of the game here. What we are opting for now is Domingo-less Dark Dragon. We used to rely pretty heavily on Domingo being the main threat or aggro of Dark Dragon. But we noticed that we don't really need it because we can pound through Dark Dragon so quickly. So we opted to take Domingo out, but he's obviously still in the party. So we're going to take him out by killing him off in this battle. You could keep him. I know some people are thinking about trying to do Tarasu-less Dark Dragon. I don't think I'd recommend that, especially for a beginner or the first time you're trying to do this. You could even try to keep Domingo alive here by using Shower of Cures to keep him alive. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Domingo's going to be the focus of 3 jets and the left Colossus head. So he has a very good shot of dying, but he could live if you wanted to try to make him live, but we're not interested in letting him live or having him live. Normally by this fight, Mr. Broxy is getting all nervous and goes silent. You're not wrong. Okay, so what I do, because the Chimeras went before Henri, this one's in range, I'm going to hit it. Hit it! And I'm going to. So I did. And there I go. Left 3 HP. Some people would consider this now risky. I do not. Draciel gets put in the game to be a pedestal stander, essentially. Oh, that's what you were doing. I see. Thanks, Cloud. Thanks for explaining everything. All right, so Balbs comes up here. We're going to equip the mobility ring on him. And then we're going to use the Chaos Breaker to finish off this Chimera. Last little bit. Maybe this gives him a level and some more attack. It did. It also gave him a ton of speed, which is terrifying at this level. Musashi and Pele go here. Now this is a fun little setup that you can do, that the Chimeras are going to head straight in towards Max, but they can't reach him. So it's a little terrifying to look at, but it's totally fine. Also, the way that we're playing it right now, this blue dragon on the right's not coming down, but there are times when the blue dragon from the right will come down. It's pretty easily handled with Tau. Notorious! What's up, my man? Let's go! Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So on this second turn, we are going to save on Max's turn to make sure that we get the turn orders that we want. And the turn orders that we want are basically the Jets go before Domingo, or Balboroy. The Shining Force is good as always. Today's a tutorial, so we're taking it pretty slow and just talking about everything. Turn 2 here for Balboroy. He needs to stay right here, 2 spots below this little indent in the map. So we're going to stay right here. It doesn't need to be that exact spot, but he needs to be able to get to his next spot on the next turn. We're going to freeze 2 with Domingo. Tutorial time, indeed. I'm very excited. You can come over here and halberd. Oh, no, he's got the evil ring. We're going to, because this is tutorial and we have no intentions of going back to town after this, we're going to save for this evil ring usage. There are strategies that we have in place that allow you to YOLO this evil ring, and if it smokes, we have some backups. But this is the safe route. Do a save here. Go, and there was no reason for me to move him, but I did anyways. Perfect. We're going to just move Moose down, equip that Doom Blade, and we're going to stay. There's no reason to attack those Chimeras because it feels like you miss them all the time with melee. Keep Max here. Keep Torisu here. Finish off this group with the Blaze 3. I probably should have saved on Max's turn there, but I had saved on Pele's turn, so I didn't. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. We need to pay attention to the turn orders. Specifically, the Colossus needs to go before Balboroy, and if Balboroy outturns Jets, we really want him to outturn all the Jets. He didn't. Balboroy outturned the Colossus head, so we have to reset to that save point. The other option is you take the left route. And we could have done that, but I'm going to demonstrate by resetting back to here. And then I'm going to save on Max's turn to make it a much better reset point. Because I don't want to have to deal with this evil ring smoking a million times. So yeah, Balb's outturning the Colossus is like worst case scenario. In a real run, I probably wouldn't have saved, and so I would have just reverted to the old route. Yeah, no black ring. But it's okay, because Tau can finish off these Chimeras, no problem with her. I don't know what's up with my luck now, so that's kind of sad. This is why it would have been better to save on Max's turn. At this point, the amount of resets that I'm doing, it actually would have been faster to just run back to town and repair the evil ring. Oh, that's true. Tao isn't necessarily guaranteed to go first. I just usually heavily rely on her going first. All right, we're saving on Max's turn, so we don't have to go through that debacle again. Yes. So stay with Max. New turn order. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of these two chimeras. And now we're playing the Balbs Go at the Right Time game again. He's only got 31 speed when I think the Colossus have more than that. So there's the top head. Top jet, that's good. Sorta. Bottom jet. He outturned the Colossus head again. I really want to show off this strat. Okay, maybe this time we get it. Yes, if you want a faster battle than 14 minutes, this is the strat you have to do. Jets, did you see what jets had gone? Okay, one at least. Okay, I think we got at least one jet that's going to get aggroed. So we're going with it. We have to move Balboroy to this spot. And this jet's going to be aggroed by Balboroy. Now Domingo's going to move up and try to be the focal point of the aggro for the other jets now. We're going to save on Max's turn again, because once again, we need favorable turns. Specifically, the Jets now have to outturn Balboroy, as well as the Colossus head. So, realistically, oh dear. It would have been better to just take the left route and not reset all those times. But I wanted to show the strat, at least a little bit. All right, that's good. That's good. We need this last jet to go. Let's see if the jet, I think the jet goes for Balboroy. Yeah, so we have to reset. All right, let's see if we get the turn orders this time. There it is. So now Balboroy is completely safe to go. That said, we also need two things Domingo needs to go here. I'm going to use a healing seed on him because I want him to be the high target priority. So I need his HP percentage higher for all these jets to go to him. Now Balbs can go up and just plant himself on the wall. I'm not saving anymore. Domingo needs to survive long enough to get the left head to target him. Exactly. So we're trying to use Domingo as the threat for this Colossus to come down. So he's come down. Beautiful. Now we want the other jets to aggro Domingo now and basically finish him off. There's some value in killing that dragon, luring that dragon down earlier. I'm not afraid with it here, but it's just annoying that he is here. We're going to plant ourselves right here. If we were right here, this is in range of the middle Colossus head, and he will aggro. Because Balbs is so quick, I'm going to place myself right here, but also since I don't intend on heading back to the town after this, I'm saving to use the power ring because I don't want it to smoke. It cannot smoke. You could also get lucky with a Hanzo Diesel. You are correct. So we are using the power ring on Balbs. No smoke. And now we also have a save point. Totally fine. I'm not worried. We're just gonna stay right here. Now I'm gonna have Tao come over and kill this blue mage. And then I'm gonna have Henri kill the first jet. You put Domingo on the pavement so you get meleeed. That makes sense. Not a bad idea. Alright, we're still hoping that the Colossus heads outturn Valbaroi. Perfect. Also keep in mind, we're trying to squeak out the last little bit of levels, specifically for Henri to get her to 50 MP. 50 MP is the ideal sweet spot because that means she has 5 casts of Freeze 4 in the Dark Dragon fight. Alright, see you later. 2k channel points, very good. Alright, Balbs is boosted. What we need to have the mobility ring on, which it is, but you have to save for these attacks. Because there's such a high chance of missing. I kind of want to go back to this battle and show the left-hand side of, like, if things fall apart, do this. Anyways, equip the power ring, make your attack. You want to see 30, preferably 33 damage, but what you really have to make sure that you see is that Balbs does not lose boost, because he's going to get attacked, and if he loses boost, that means he's lost boost. So he has to keep his boost for this round. So equip the power ring and attack. Just add 1 hour to my editing time, totally. Crit! Now, because he crit, it doesn't matter if he loses his boost or not, because all we have to do is just use the Chaos Breaker and he's dead. So that's awesome. We love crits. It's unlucky that he didn't kill him. He should be able to kill him in one hit with a crit. Didn't happen. Can you turn on messages for the... I want to see what the damage roll is like. Sure. Yeah, I think these guys are magic resistant, aren't they? Oh, look at that outturn. Turning messages on, move, and use the Chaos Breaker. 16. No damage resistance. And that's the battle. That's the strat that we want to use to make it the fastest. This was an example of when that strat goes wrong. When Balbaroy's too fast and he's outturning Colossus, what you need to do is send Balbaroy to the left. And basically, it reverts to our old strategies, which Ty's tutorial videos cover that. So, link to Ty's tutorial videos. Okay. So, we're going to talk a little bit about all the different options that you could do in Chapter 8 here. What you saw in the tutorial was the strat that I said it, right? Yeah, I said it at the end there, that this is the strat we're going for, but when it doesn't work out, what do? You could force it to work, like I did, by saving on Max's turn and trying to get the right turn orders, but that's pretty time costly. And I had mentioned that the strat would have been to just send Balbs to the left. And I will show you that, but there's another scenario that takes place, and it is when Balbs outturns a jet, and you could do something differently on that turn. So like, he doesn't outturn Colossus, Colossus comes down, but there's a jet who stays, and if Balbs tries to go, and I think I demonstrated this in the tutorial as well, if Balbs goes and there's still a jet left over, the jet will go and attack Balbs, and we really don't want that at all. So this is a video by CloudCarry that he has a backup strat for when Balbaroy outturns a jet. We'll probably look at an example too of, you know, if Balbaroy were to outturn Colossus, what would you do? And we'll probably bring in Ty's videos or something like that. Beyond that, though, I want to back up even further and talk about the different ways that we can do 8.1 and 8.2, which leads into a different 8.3. Specifically, what I'm talking about is there's a high chance for Domingo to die in 8.2. If your Domingo does not outturn enough Torch Eyes in the Ramladu fight, he will be the focus of multiple lasers, and he'll die. There's no getting around that. And so we have come up with some strats. We have come up with some strats to protect Domingo, and we protect him by taking him out. So we actually put Aleph in for Domingo. So that changes 8.1 up a little bit, and we have some other videos on YouTube. You should look it up to find the 8.1 strats. Maybe I'll try to link it in the description below as well. But if you do Domingoless, you need, you know, some pretty precise turn orders to happen in 8.1. You can fudge it in some ways, and realistically, you're probably going to need the Black Ring to clean up some of the remaining chimeras. But you can totally do Domingoless, and if you do Domingoless, that means that at the end of 8.2, you are going back to headquarters, and you're going to pick up the entire team and then head to 8.3. What I showed you in the tutorial was just go back to headquarters and pick up the entire team. More than likely, you're heading back to town after 8.2. If you have a Power Ring smoke, if you have an Evil Ring smoke, if anyone dies, or if you take out Domingo and you need to put him back into the party. All of those scenarios mean that you're going back to town. So if you're going back to town before the Colossus fight, you might as well grab the entire party that you're going to finish the game with. And by entire party, I just mean Domingo and Torisu need to be in the group as well. What you see on the screen doesn't include Hanzo. Hanzo, before we were putting him We were just putting him in at the end. And now we've started to include Hanzo from the start of Chapter 8. So all this to say is that you could enter 8.3 with a small party, and if you don't have your whole party, it means you can YOLO your rings. You could YOLO your evil ring. You could YOLO your power ring. And then if they smoke, since you're going back to town after this fight to get your final party for Dark Soul and Dark Dragon, you can then repair your rings there. Or if you decide to go and get your full party before the Colossus fight, that means that you cannot YOLO your rings, and you need to save for the evil ring usage, and you need to save for the power ring usage like I did in the tutorial. So those are all the different options that you have leading up to this fight. On top, now we'll get to the strategies. What do you do when your Domingo's your Balboroy's too fast and he outturns? First, we'll look at the jet. So this is a CloudCarry video. We're going to watch what happens. So the Colossus goes when it was supposed to, and it comes down to hit Balbs. He's aggroed by Balbs, which is perfect. I'm going to turn this volume down a little bit. Domingo moves to his spot to make sure that he's going to attract the jets. One jet. Two jets. Great. Crap. One jet didn't outturn. So now, what's the backup strat? Well, you send Balbs to the left. And you can see Cloud's doing some thinking. He's trying to figure out exactly where he needs to go. So I think the spot that he landed is the perfect spot. You need to be in that spot. Because there are places where if you don't have Balbs be high enough, that jet won't even move at all. So you need to make sure that you're still in the aggro range, or that you've engaged their AI, as I've talked about before. So Domingo's still in the spot that he should be attracting the attention of... Oh my gosh, such a fast turn. So now we hide up in the corner. Just keep Domingo here. Yep. Perfect. So this wastes an extra round, because normally Balboroy would have been up already. But it's better than the amount of saving and resetting that I did was just brutal. It was so bad. Yes, you attract the attention of the skeleton, but you're out of range of the skeleton. So it's not going to kill Balboroy. Also, where Cloud has Musashi, because he's up one spot, he did attract the attention of that skeleton. Domingo's dead, which is what we're going for anyways. Now, Balbs is taking his turn, and you put him up onto the wall as per usual, and boost him. And that's how you... That's the strategies, that's what you do when Balbs outturns a jet. Cool. Okay, so this is Ty's PB, I believe. Current PB. And in this, Ty uses the old strats for Colossus, which sent Balboroy all the way to the left and then up the side. And I paused right here because this is Balboroy's move right onto this tile. And if you remember, this little... shoot, you can't see my cursor. The little indent on the right-hand side is the spot that we're normally putting Balboroy into to start triggering everything. And so he needs to be there or above, and like just be safe. So if we were going, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's likely that you'd be putting him one spot to the right of where he is right now. So if you were to outturn Colossus, actually I wouldn't even do that. If you outturn Colossus and Colossus hasn't moved to the spot where he's down in between, like essentially that doorway, you cannot trigger Colossus, or you cannot go above that line because that triggers his Colossus's AI to freeze. And so what you would do is you want to be below that. So he's not actually coming from that spot, that little crevice. He's actually 2 spots below it. So then in reality, you're just going to send him left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or so he would be like 1, 2, he would be like 3 spaces below where he's at right now. And that's probably what I recommend doing. Send Balboroy to the left to make sure that you give Colossus time to move down, and you basically are just delaying by 1 round. And then you revert to the old strat, which we'll watch this.
We are too close to give up now. My men do not even know the meaning of the word surrender.
But we're willing to learn.
I'm not willing to learn. That is false, fake news.
So down come the Jets.
Need all the Jets to outturn Domingo in order for this to work in my favor.
So you would pool Colossus by going to that spot. And Balboroy is the one who's going to be tanking, essentially, Colossus damage.
Come on.
If you're tanking Colossus damage, you are going to have to use a Shower of Cure. Because this Colossus head is going to... I'm sorry, this Colossus head is going to damage you probably with freeze or with a melee. It's going to require a heal. But that should be the only usage.
The only thing left for me to do is try to get 50 MP on Henri.
So this Colossus comes over. And you grab a spot on the wall. Balboroy does. And the Colossus, you're just planning on tanking a hit from the Colossus.
Just curious how much time I'm going to lose here.
Yep. That's the spot. It's all good. So the Jets, this whole setup is just a little bit different. You could pull Domingo back down, but realistically, we're still trying to get Domingo to die. So yeah, we want Domingo to die. So we need him to... And if you're out of range of anything that could kill him, like just move Domingo onto the platform and get him in range of a skeleton or in range of the bowmaster, so that way he can be killed. Because we're trying to kill off Domingo for the next couple battles.
If Balboroy could outturn the left Colossus, this would be huge. I wouldn't even have to use a shower.
That's also a case that could happen.
Henri? Oi, if Henri doesn't outturn, I lose Tau. Henri!
It's pretty funny.
That was almost really bad.
46. Okay, we're not getting 50 MP.
I hate this because reasons, but
Yep.
I'm just always worried about a double attack there. That would have killed the run.
Yep. I mean, it would have.
I need to save here.
So Ty's not planning on going back to town after this fight, so
We're
he's
fine.
saving for the power ring
Wasting
usage.
time with the save, but moving on to.
I really probably should have saved before this, but it's alright. Smoke. Can't be smoking.
I should say,
Too much time loss.
oh, there's my mouse. And we'll see, I need to point this out really quick. We'll see if we can get Colossus. We'll pause on Colossus. Got to use the Shower of Cure to cure Balboroy. That's the reason we're doing it.
Damn, this is still 440able? Really?
Okay, so Colossus's AI has him moving down to this square first, and this is the square that we normally try to engage him by Balboroy moving to that little indent spot on the map. If Balboroy outturns Colossus, Colossus will be up here, and if he's up here, he can't make it to here, because as soon as you move into this spot, you freeze Colossus in place. So when I told you we had to move to that spot 3 spaces below Balboroy on the left, that's because if you had moved above that line, you're going to freeze him up there, and you don't want to freeze him up there. So Colossus moves down to right here, and that's fine. But Colossus's next move, I believe, is to move right here. So if you haven't engaged his AI, Colossus is going to move here. So if Colossus is here, you have to move Balbs to this spot. If Colossus is here, or here, wherever it is, you have to move Balbs to this spot. Cool? So it all depends on the turn order. So Balbs outturned when Colossus was here. Colossus moves to here. Likely, Colossus is going to outturn Balbs in the next one, and he'll probably move over a spot. At which point, your placement of Balbs changes from here to here. Because if you're up here, you're actually in range of Colossus, and you'll get damaged by him again. So you would be getting damaged by Colossus twice, and you would have to use 2 Shower of Cures, and you don't want to have to do that.
Oh no, he gold spitted Dark Dragon. I forgot. Never mind. It is not. Especially considering that I'm still losing a full minute here.
But that's basically the move. Now we're basically at the same point. We're going to attack Colossus, and kill him. So that's
Not
where
true,
we'll end that.
but I think I...
Now we can go right into Draciel. We need to move a couple items around. Excuse me. First, we need the power ring to be on max. Max acts as a booster. We need the mobility ring on Henri. And we need... the speed ring stays on Balbs, and we'll equip it right now to make sure. So there's a way this battle could be super fast, and there's other ways that it can just be normal fast. What we do is we try to set up the play of the fastest route, but it is very dependent on RNG and turn orders. So when we don't get it, we revert back to the normal strats. One more thing is we need to pass the evil ring from Pele to Hanzo. Very important. So now Hanzo has the katana and the evil ring. Torasu has the 2 shower cures. Everyone else has the rings that they need. Yeah, at some point we need to unequip Balboroy of that ring that we just equipped him with, but we'll see. Alright, just plop Tau right under... The movement here is pretty precise. So Tau goes right underneath the left, this left sort of pylon, I don't know, wall. Henri went first. She goes right to the middle, and we equip her with the mobility ring. Balboroy heads to the right. Hanzo to the center. Lie, die, 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 lie, die, die. We also have some new strats that we've been trying out. Yeah, we're gonna. I think it was with Henri with a +2 with a turbo pepper. That's not what we're doing here, so we're showing you. I'm not going to confuse you by even talking about that any further. Okay, the spot right above Hanzo is Max's spot. Also, best music in the game. Can I get a heck yeah? Alright, Henri, or Tao's spot is right here. So I know she's got one more movement, but you can't send her the full movement. This strat also works if Tao only gets a +1 on the turbo pepper. So if it were a +1 on the turbo pepper, she'd be going as far as she can go at this time. Alright, Blue Dragon went. Henri went. So unfortunately the strats that we wanted to show you that are fast are not going to happen. So Henri comes up and freeze threes this group. I need to turn the battle messages off. Heck yeah! Thank you, Xenon. Oh, only 49 MP. That's unlucky. So one less freeze 4 in Dark Dragon, but that's okay. Let's turn the battle messages off. Balboroy's spot is right to the right of Henri. Hanzo to the left of Henri. And we're going to equip the evil ring, because we might as well. And we're going to use the evil ring on this group to finish them off. If the evil ring smokes, that determines what Hanzo's next turn is going to be. It didn't smoke, so he's going to evil ring Draciel on the next turn. Otherwise, he'd be meleeing, and we'd have to make another save in the battle. And because hitting bosses is super hard in this game, as we have seen throughout the entire run. Okay, this spot where Max is right now is super important that he's on this spot. Because when he's here, he is the target of basically everyone's aggro. So you can save on Max's turn here. I'm not going to. there's a chance that Draciel outturns Tau. It didn't happen. So what we will save on Tau's turn. This is basically the beginning of the fight, or the beginning of the engagement of Draciel. And we started off with the Blaze 4. Right here. Now, she outturned Draciel, so Draciel has a chance of breathing her. But sometimes he doesn't, like what just happened there. Okay, Hanzo has outturned the blue dragons. So we're going to put him right here and just use the evil ring on Draciel. Now the evil ring smokes, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Uh-oh. I'm going to reset because that's actually not what I want. Hanzo would probably die if we left that. So reset back to this point, fine. She gets breath this time. If she dies, we have to reset. She lives! So I'm gonna put Hanzo here. Now I'll put Henri here. Good hit. Now Balbs is going to come up the right-hand side and use the Chaos Breaker here. And basically now we hope for Tau to outturn Draciel again on the next turn, and that'll be enough damage to kill him with a Blaze 4. Now, the other thing we have to be careful of, there's the Torch Eye that's going to attack Henri now. And so we're hoping that Henri lives. If she doesn't live, well, we need her, so we're resetting. So that's more time loss. So here's the Torch Eye. She didn't get doubled or crit, so we should be good. Now, it looks scary having these two blue dragons right so close to max. You could take the gamble. You don't need to move them, or you could just move them straight down. And Tau goes first and finishes off Draciel. Now, this fight has been pretty optimized. This next fight, the Dark Dragon fight. I'm really happy with where it's at right now. Pop. Okay, first thing we gotta do is take care of the skeleton on the left. And that's Tau's job. Take care of the skeleton on the left. Now Henri's gonna sit on that pedestal. Hanzo moves just to the left right here. Balbs comes over here, unequip the speed ring, and then use the Chaos Breaker on the head. We're focusing the left head first. Henri moves up to the pedestal, and she starts casting her Freeze 4s. So when you stand on the pedestals, you're blocking the skeletons from spawning. So it's important that you do that. Moose is a blocker. This skeleton's going to come down, but has no one to attack. Pele's going to stand right here. We're going to make sure that he's equipped with his Devil Lance. And we do our first boost onto Hanzo, the most OP. No smoke, so that means we get at least two more boosts out of that ring. Bring Tau up here. Perfect. Sometimes they don't do anything, and we love that. Very nice. Hanzo comes in. He very well could kill if he doubles. Nice. Balbs needs to be full HP when you engage the middle head. So he's got 1 HP less. So we're going to move him over here. We're not engaging the middle head yet. We will. So we're going to use a Shower of Cure, I think. Oh, okay. Since Musashi killed that, Tarasu has to be on the podium now to prevent the spawn. So this could get a little messy. We're going to shield Tarasu to make sure he doesn't die from a Bolt 4. We're going to boost... yeah, we're going to boost Musashi because Musashi has a higher chance to crit. Unfortunate that Tao got outturned by Dark Dragon, or that Tao outturned Dark Dragon. I would have liked to have gone in and attacked right off the bat there. Hanzo, please don't lose boost. A nice crit. Alright. We shielded because now magic is being cast on Tarasu and it's nullified by the shield. Beautiful. Now we'll move in Balbaroi right here, and we will use the Chaos Breaker on Dark Dragon center head. We're going to use a Shower of Cure on the next turn. Bring Henri in and start casting the Freeze 4 here. Just going to do a little bit of damage with the Halberd, and the Halberd will be gone now. We're going to use the Shower of Cure to make sure Balbs has full HP, so the target of Dark Dragon's middle head should be Balbaroi. And we're going to boost Pele. I maybe didn't move him up far enough. So Dark Dragon's almost dead already, which is great. And he attacks Balbaroi. Beautiful. At this point, if Balbaroi dies, it's okay. Nice. Good luck so far. We have to re-up the shield spell on Tarasu. Alright, Henri can kill this. Unfortunately, it's her last Freeze 4. Really? What a tease. And we'll start attacking the right head. The bummer thing about... so I didn't put Max in the right spot. If I had, that skeleton would have gone for Max instead of Hanzo. This shield is sort of a waste. So what I really want to do, and so I am going to do it, I'm going to boost Hanzo again, because he needs it. And I'm going to use Henri to block since she doesn't have a freeze 4. I'm not really concerned about what damage she can output. Going back to our rules about AI, or the enemies, is that they will travel on an up and down on the y-axis before they travel on the x-axis. So it's going to try to get to max first by going down, and then by heading right. Nice crit, Balbs. So I'm just going to put Henri right there. Continue to whittle away. It's gonna, I think this probably won't do enough damage. Okay, I'm just kidding. And that is Dark Dragon. So timer ends for the full run when Max plunges his sword into Dark Dragon. Technically it probably ends when the first head explodes, so that's why I just include two splits. But for the most part, or not for the most part, speedrun.com considers the plunge to be the end of the run, which is right now. And that's the run. So a 5:22. Is a respectable time for a runner. I think this is, at this point, there's still a pretty, I mean, we have a lot of runners that filled the gap. At one point in time, there was a large gap between 4:45, which was the world record, or 4:46, which was the world record at the time, and the second place, which was right in there too. And then third place was 5:18. And so there was almost a half hour of time in between second place and third place. So yeah, when I started running, this would have been close to like 4th or 5th place, I think. What's the reasoning for counting the final plunge? I think it's just cool. And I didn't make the rules. So I just adhere to them. Nate, thanks for the GGs. And it's tradition, exactly. Tradition. So, and during this run, I talked a lot. I showed a lot of safety strats. I was very stubborn about some strats just to prove a point. There were several battles that went really wrong. I am super aware of how much I need to look into Chapter 5 right now, because my Chapter 5 is just messy. It's so often so messy. So I need to look and see how Cloud does it. And that's kind of the cool thing about this run. Well, I'm making a tutorial, or I'm trying to make the tutorial to be a help for those who want to learn the run. I'll just say, like, the way that I learned the run was I watched Ty's tutorial videos, and I watched him twice through. And after I watched his tutorials, that's when I made my first attempt. And my first attempt was a 7 hour and 5 minute, like that was the time I set, was 7 hours and 5 minutes. My second attempt was 6 hours and 5 minutes. I shaved off an hour. And then after that, the increments got smaller and smaller. But a lot of like your time save and where where you actually save time is just by knowing the strats. And the only way to know the strats is to do the strats. And then, yeah, things go wrong, but even if you lose like 10 minutes on a battle, like, it's okay. Being sub 530 is a great time to start. It's a great goal to look for. To like, my goal is 530. My goal is a sub 230 Balbazac and a sub 530 any percent. Just get your foot in the door and get started. And then if it's for you, ooh, thunder. So all I mean to say is don't focus too much on the time to start. Like, this game, I feel like, is more about, and maybe this is just all running in general, it's more about challenging yourself to play a game. And we've talked about several times today, I think, just about the nostalgia we have for this game. And the reason we come back to it, or the reason why I speedrun it, is because it makes this game endlessly replayable for me, which means that my favorite game as a kid can still be played over and over and over again today. And I love that. And beyond that, it's like, being a part of history, being a part of the community that's trying to break this game, and also being, community and history. I think I said those two things. So that's what it's about. It's about playing the game with people that you like, who are passionate about the same game. So don't be worried about what your time is. Just, try to learn the strats and trudge your way through them. And hopefully this was helpful to people. If there's anything that needs clarification or questions, please message me them. Check out the Shining Friends Discord. That's where we talk all things speedruns for all the Shining Force games. And yeah. I play the game with people I like. And Gremlin.